first time. So the things we agree on, I never speak about it, but I should bring them up again.
Definitely.
I forget.
I
that.
agree that. We'll see. But the spontaneous part is fun.
We're on.
We're on.
Uh-huh.
By the way, this is funny to say, guys. We was already talking and you didn't know, so we're already having a speech because this morning come up exactly like that with no plan, no title. We didn't really know how to bring this podcast come true until we met right now. So we was arguing about that. Deniz, how you doing, my brother?
Great. Today is colder.
Yeah, it's very cold.
Which I don't like, but it's okay. I'm getting used to. I'm doing great, actually. I'm excited to speak again with you with the podcast. I watched the first time. It's so cool.
Yeah, happy with the first episode we did?
Yes.
I mean, Jamil, our camera guy, did an amazing work. So proud to work with him.
He's a hard worker.
Hard worker, and also the creative mind that he have. That's what it's about when I'm talking about building a team. You need to work with people that understand your vision, that can relate, and you can exchange. So from those ideas, you grow all together because something that I might see in a certain way, he might see it as well, but the details gonna change, and the details matter a lot in life with everything we do, right?
Yes.
So
let's imagine we do it like you do this by yourself. You speak by yourself, you hold the camera, you set the camera, and you're alone.
I will not get the same result.
It's not the same because there is a fact, there's a reason that we live in a community, as a world, as a country, like as a city, as a neighborhood.
Totally.
We need to help each other.
Exactly.
Also, we shouldn't be afraid of asking for help because I think in this time, to do everything by yourself,
it's hard.
It's so hard and it's so promoted, you know? You should do it alone, you shouldn't need anyone, but the life is not like that.
Actually, remember we mentioned it on the previous episode.
Remind me.
With the ego. I say
ego.
like I thought I could do everything by myself until I realized that you need people to celebrate your small victory. If nobody loves you, then you're never really gonna be successful.
Yeah. Actually, we always try to achieve the feeling that, okay, I did it by myself, but actually, can we do it everything by ourselves? Even for our businesses, we need people to sell, and also we need people to work with us.
Of course, we do.
And also, the idea should be helping the other.
Helping the others. Thank you.
So.
Thank you. We got our coffee, our tea.
Yes.
Some people cheers for alcohol. We're gonna cheers for life, for the health. That's a good way of saying cheers. So today what we're gonna be talking about, I wanted to bring the idea of setting goals and moving forward. Because many people achieve their goals, right? But when you're there, what's the next step? How to visualize your next step, how to get there. But first, how to create goals.
Yeah, before you set a goal, how can you move forward?
Of course.
You don't know where to go.
But most of people didn't even think about moving forward because they don't even have their goals yet. And that's why they will never be truly successful, or it's going to be a very difficult path to be successful in terms of achievement. When I say successful, again, I'm not talking about money, fame, and all those things relate on social media. That's not successful to me. Successful is the personal achievement regarding to your personal things. We all, of course, have different goals. But to find those goals sometimes is difficult because we live in a time with the whole generation are so connected with so many things that it's very hard to find a path. Everyone says something else, everyone does something else. So what is good, what is bad? What should I do? It's difficult, like literally it's difficult. And we start with this challenge at very young age. When we at school, I remember at 16 years old, you're gonna soon move on to university and people start and teachers already start to, what do you wanna do in life? But how can you know what you wanna do in life when you never really fully experienced much at this age? You just have been in the system, in the education system. So what are you good at with not experience? It's crazy.
And also we always try to get other people's goals, like get rich, buy a house, get married, bring a child to the world. So we should ask, are these really our goals, or we don't have any goals and pick something like randomly because everyone picks a goal.
We want to kind of like reflect on someone else's success. So when someone is successful for something, like somehow we want his life. But that's not really, for me, that's not the way. It's not really gonna work that way. You always have to think first, what do you love? That's already the first step for me. if you're looking for your goals, what do you enjoy to do? What give you pleasure on the making? So when you find those things, then it just become easier, because working for what you love,
it's not working.
it's not even
actually,
working.
yeah.
It's just moving
Yeah.
towards your goal.
Yeah.
So that will be actually the first step. Find what you love and then do it. Put the dedication, put the work every single day to build something up. Even if you don't get the result instantly, because nothing happened in a day, but eventually with the amount of effort and work and dedication in the long term, eventually this is gonna become
Yeah.
your work and this is gonna be your path.
Yeah.
That's why you need to try.
I totally agree. It's difficult actually what you love, to understand what you love, because we are always filled with, like we mentioned earlier, other people's goals and
Yeah,
success stories.
agree.
So success is, for me, if you have a goal which is your goal and you move one step forward to your goal, you're already successful or
Of course.
close to success.
Of course.
So finding what you love is not easy. So
It's very difficult. It's very difficult.
yeah, and it can change actually. Maybe you come to a point that, okay, I did everything I dreamt about, and then what's next step? You feel in a gap, right? As you mentioned earlier this morning. So there can be a next step, but we cannot know the next step before we reach that step.
That's the point. That's why I always try to relate with the fitness, for example.
Let's say, yeah.
I love to bring fitness because for me fitness is the most fair place in the world. Why? Why fitness is fair? Why fitness is the place that you will, because you will get what you work for. That's why fitness, it's the therapy, it's the place that I always feel like whatever you mind, whatever your life is going, what's going on, when you enter to the gym, the effort you put, it's what you get.
Yeah.
And it's very rare to get this in any other places, because even if you have a job, you can give your best. But if the boss, if the manager, or if someone doesn't like you for any reason, it's gonna stop you from moving forward.
True.
But gym, it's not like that. Gym is you against you. That's why it has been an amazing therapy for me to learn this discipline from the gym. And we have that talk recently when I was at the gym. We was doing some exercise and then I told you guys, now it's been a long time you're training with me, it's time to create your own challenge, your own goals. Because I give you the reps, I give you the number, but I know you can do more. And I don't want you to get orders from me. I want you to have your own creative way of saying, I'm gonna do a couple of reps, or I'm gonna do a superset with another exercise just to get this little extra. Because at the end of the day, it's not just the plan that you create that's gonna make you successful. It's this little tiny extra that you're gonna put between.
The last one.
Those are the small steps that actually gonna allow you to grow and to get better for your goals. Because if you just follow the standard, then you're standard.
Yeah.
But if you want more, if you want this further step, you're gonna have to fill up those gaps.
A bit more, right?
A bit more.
I can also add something to this topic. Before I quit my job, engineering job, to change into something else that I like, I didn't know what I like. I was telling myself, okay, I go to job 9 in the morning, I stop at 6 in the evening, and I have a really small gap after job to sleep. And I was telling myself, oh, I don't have any time to even think about what I like. But that wasn't true, because everyone tells me I don't have time to do what I love. I ask them, check your screen time on your phone. It will tell you how much time you have for the things you like. You know,
Makes sense.
Instead of checking the phone, you can do anything. And it's almost 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 4 hours as screen time. Jamil is also agree with us, right? So every day, 3 hours of checking the phone, or every day you have that 3 hours to follow what you love. If you love that thing, even if you work hard in the morning, you should spare that time. Otherwise, it means that you don't love it.
So you
don't
mean
spare
like
your time.
you should prioritize, actually?
Yes.
And it's a good point. Prioritizing is very important. Like whatever is important to you, doesn't matter your situation. And this is an advice for all our people that listen our podcast. Don't limit yourself just with the working time and giving your excuse, I'm tired, I'm this and that. When it's about love, I'm not talking the love for someone, but the love of yourself, because you must love yourself. Give yourself that time to create, to do whatever you want to do, because that's eventually gonna make you quit the job that you don't like and to go for something that you love. So give yourself that time. You have to remove definitely scrolling phone and all the thing that actually
doesn't serve your goal,
doesn't serve your goal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's very important, and you make a great point with that, because I have many people like interacting with me lately, and they are like, I don't have time, you know, my job is this and that. But reminder, guys, when I was working for Chanel, I was starting at 7:30 in the morning, finishing at 5, but most of the time I have extra hour at work, so I was finished at 6:30. That's a very long day in a creative department. I'm using my hand, my mind, I'm creating, I'm designing, so it's a lot of energy there.
You put everything.
But soon as I was out of the job, without a second thought, I put myself in the gym because I could create that gap. And when I train, somehow I'm not thinking, because I'm focusing on myself. That's why I love the gym as an example, because obviously gym changed my life. Without the dedication and the work I put at the gym, I would never be a model, I would never take the risk, and I would never have the confidence to quit everything and say, let's go, let's see what is on that path. Because I'm not happy in that path. But there is other path. There is always other doors. There is always other room to create and do more. It's just about prioritizing, as we mentioned it, when you make a good point about it.
And also everyone thinks that going to gym, exercise is something physical and aesthetic, but for me it's the vice versa. It shows, the result shows, you put great amount of work in your mind as a dedication, and what you see when you see a person who goes to exercise every day, and when you walk in the street, you see a person. You see that mindset. You don't see the physical
The gym
aspect.
actually, it's mostly mindset. I mean, maybe your first step is like, I want to look better. Maybe. But very quickly, in a short time, you're going to realize the impact of how healthy it is for the mind. Why we have a generation today that actually we have a weak generation. The people today are weak mentally because we have a lot of depression. Why? Because actually people have too much time for doing nothing. But in the old time, why people didn't have that? Because they didn't even have the time to think about it.
True.
Because you need constantly to be in effort. You need to provide food. You need to provide with work, with family. So you didn't have that time to scroll phone and waste time on unnecessary information that just puts your brain like thinking for no reason. No, you didn't have time. So people was happier with so much more work. So why today we have weak people? And this, I see it everywhere, like constantly, every day. And I'm so happy about one thing. Right now I have more and more kids, young people, women, men, doesn't matter, looking forward and now asking me this question for something. But the fact that you have already a question in your mind, you're already working towards your path because you have the curiosity. And the curiosity is everything. If you're not curious, then you're not going to discover life. You're not going to discover yourself.
True.
So the fact that you have that curiosity, already you walk the path.
Yeah, great example. And I always believe that whatever you're curious of, you get the answer in this world.
Of course.
Whatever question you ask, you get the answer. So we should also be careful about the questions we ask.
Definitely.
Inside our mind, and we should always wonder the positive things, the good things. Like
remember I posted on Twitter something recently that says the amount of energy you spend on negativity, it takes the same amount of energy to think positive.
True.
So it is a choice.
True.
It is a choice. It's not about it's hard to think positive. It takes the same amount of effort to think negative and positive. It's just a choice. It's a way of thinking. We say like you become your thoughts. So it's your job to work on that, to find a way to have this natural process of thinking positively. They always have different aspects. So when you see a cup, if I show you that glass, it's a coffee. But not only, there is more things, there is details, there is shape, there is design. If you want, this glass can be art. It's perspective, the way of thinking you taught.
Yeah. Or you can break it and make it as a sharpened object to
Or you
cut.
can get a
Yeah.
tool with it. Exactly. It's always expanding that vision, expanding the idea, and that's what is important, and that's what people I want them to do. Stop thinking like this way. I know it's hard because our educational system and the way we have been shaped somehow teach us to think minimalistic. But I want you to expand your vision, your ideas. It doesn't have to be complicated because most of the answers that you're looking for are the most simple answers. Like it was for me. I was looking for something to do more than the video on social media, more than the work that I do as a model. And then I realized that my voice was my answer. So talking to people was my answer.
Okay.
And it was so simple. But it took me like 5 years to find out. 5 years to come up to a podcast, to build a team, to try to make something positive and significant to the world and to my friend and to my environment. Because as much as I'm giving positive to people, I'm receiving as well. So giving, it's also receiving.
Yeah.
If you don't give and you just want to live in your bubble and thinking you're going to make everything alone, then you're wrong. You're not going to get anything from people. And even your message might be misunderstood.
And you don't get the satisfaction
Not
of
at all.
helping others.
Not at all.
That's the main reason for me to be in this world as a live person, to help the others.
And I can reflect on your work. When you do a tattoo, you don't think just about, I want to do my own design, I want to do just what I like. No, you want to understand people's desire, transform it into a design, and share this as an experience to make people feel and they get the message that they want.
Yes.
But you understand the message, so you're giving, and when you give that, you receive through a tattoo experience.
True.
I think I can relate like that.
Yeah. I asked lots of questions before the tattoo design, and also I call my studio ink therapy because it's a therapy, and you need a reminder for yourself and for other people, like what do you want from this tattoo? I ask this question and they say lots of things, and at the end I'm sure, I don't know, but I'm sure that we will have a result which is gonna make me happy and make the person who comes for a tattoo happy. And it's always like this. I have no doubt, and it's always like
And that's a way that I can again reflect with the how to move forward. So if I can that example with your tattoo work, most of tattoo artists, let's say, they're gonna do transfer, they put the design, they do the tattoo, they're done. But you're doing with the idea that I wanted to talk today. The goal, but the step forward further. It means you do the tattoo, but you're giving a whole experience to make people even connected deeper with the tattoo, to have a meaning. It's not just a design, it's not just a tattoo, you're bringing more. And by the way, guys, if you want, he did many tattoos on me. I'm making a side now. I love them. He's very talented, so
Thank you.
Feel free to check and to have on the link, probably gonna pop up somewhere. Jamal's doing very well with that. And you can check his work, make an appointment, and experience that. I know some of you already asked me to have a tattoo with Deniz, so guys, he's an awesome dude, one of my best friends.
Thank you.
When we talk that way, it's like purely honest and giving something to you guys. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. So looking forward, right?
Looking forward, that's the idea, and that's why I like to do the same we did with my tattoos. When you come up, I came with those crazy design on my arm, and like, wow, you was like, what the hell is that tattoo? It's so big. I say, yes, but I want it. And you ask me, what is it? And then we have a chat before to do the tattoo. I told you that the eyes is the eyes of Horus, which is a sign of healing power, and I discovered that my power is the healing power. So I wanted a symbol, something that remind me my power, because nobody understands it. I do.
And
That's
you carry as like a warrior here.
it's like my costume.
Yeah.
My costume, and when I look at it, it's again a sign that give me power. So it's a moving forward. I know I have that power. Let's move forward. I want it on me.
And now you have it, and the next step is just, you mentioned, I didn't know what to do, but here we are on the next step.
On the next step.
Talking to people.
Talking to people. And it all starts from a first step, telling you that story, that I have this energy and I want to give that to people. And through you, through the tattoo, and now to the podcast, we move forward. So the idea of the goal It's a direction, like a point on the map. But let's say if we want to go to Italy, we go to Italy. But after Italy, what's next?
Yeah.
You need to kind of draw a map of your life with goals that can be very different from each other, but always have this idea of thinking about another move, another step. Don't get stuck. Like, again, I can relate with the fitness. At the beginning, I really wanted to build an athletic lifestyle, something that keep me on track, keep me grounded, keep me away from the distraction around the world, from the partying and all those negative things. I see it as negative. There is some good, but mostly negative. Like when you look at the lifestyle of people that are going out, very often you have fight in the clubs, cheating, you get
Jealousy.
drunk. So there is actually a lot of negative side. But what is the negative side of going to the gym? What is the negative side of going for a run in the morning? There is none.
No.
You're just gonna get better. So we come back to the choices that we made. And that's a step further toward your life. That's how you evolve and get better.
Yeah. Also, thinking positive and negative you mentioned earlier, it's not always here. Like you need to keep your body healthy, you need to eat well, because that way you can get rid of anxiety. When you have the alcohol, maybe you feel good that time, but after the day after, everyone feels the same. They feel anxious, they don't want to do anything, they think more negative than yesterday.
Of course.
You wanted a quick fix to your anxiety, you got it, but the next day is a really big amount of anxiety.
You're totally right.
So there is a reason that people are saying the same thing every way. Get a healthy life, get a healthy body, eat clean and healthy. These will also make you happy. Even when I eat a fruit, I think, okay, that's amazing, you know? And it gives me, my body a good feeling, and it helps me to think positive. It's not just here. My body also should feel good for me to think positive. My environment should be positive to accumulate my positive thinking. It's not only in mind, right?
Of course not. But how you create that? By the choices that you made.
Yeah.
So that's why people sometimes doesn't want to take the hard way. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's very hard. I did it many times in my life, and I have such a bad story. But at the end, it's a good story. I have to remove people that was very close to me because they was not helping me to be the best version of myself. I used, for example, to live in an apartment with a roommate, like homemate. Amazing dude, very good heart, very sympathetic. But I'm sorry, he was always late, he was always making problem, always distracting himself from not growing up, and the guy was older than me. So at one point I told myself, I cannot be surrounded with people like that. I need people with the will, with the desire, and with my vision. Maybe not the same goal, but at least want to grow, evolve, you know?
Yeah.
And removing those people, we are connected to so many memories, so many good time. But good time can be an illusion too. Is it the good time really real? Because for me, what is real at the end of the day is the people that want you successful, want the best for you. You might have friends around you, but they're not really your friend because they don't want you to be better. They want you to stay as you are because they are getting benefit of that. They are fine with what you do because they somehow
they feel superior.
yes, in
Yeah.
a way. So those people are not good for you. I know it's very difficult, but you need to be sharp and you need to be fine by saying no. Today we have people like always afraid to say no to hurt feelings of people. Maybe hurting feelings is good. Maybe you're waking up some people.
Maybe they need that.
Maybe
yeah.
they need that because they never get rejected.
totally
They
agree.
never get the no. They never get a slap in the face. They never get a punch in the face. And that's something we need. I get punched. I get dubbed. My nose fully broke. My nose moved over there. I went to a surgery to redo my nose because I fight on the streets. And that was a good lesson. I don't say you have to fight on the street to get better. But those are episodes in my life that teach me a lot. That teach me a
I'm
lot.
sure everyone has some kind of stories.
Of course.
But we don't need more of them, you know. We can.
We just like it's
Yeah.
good to remind yourself those things. Life is not always easy. It's not always smooth. Sometimes you need to get this physical, mental, emotional struggle because those unlock something in you. I can guarantee that. For me, I'm a guy that I've been evolving only because shit happened in my life. My parents, my struggle, being alone, searching for myself, depression. I went through all, and I was at the bottom. But when you're down there, there is only one way, it's up. But when you go up, each step become a big lesson, a big journey. And that's why I'm sharp with people. I'm very friendly, I'm a kind person. But when it comes to a real talk and people come up with excuses on their speech,
like bullshit
I'm not
excuses,
agreeing with them, and I'm gonna make them face actually that their excuse is bullshit. Because if I did it, you and me, we have no difference. You have a brain, you have a soul, you have a body, we are the same. I don't consider you different. And we can talk. I will send to Jamal to put a picture of how I was looking when I was younger.
I remember.
This is where I start. So when I see all those comments, you are lucky genetic,
yeah.
you are like this, like that. No, I was 71 kilo before I went to 94 kilo. But what I did is 10 years of dedication and training to build the version I am today. And that confidence and that training and that confidence make me the person I am. But between that, there is not just the fitness, there is the life struggle, there is the family problem, there is the friendship problem, there is the love story problem. I'm a guy that never was very lucky with love story so far. I'm a guy that wants a relationship, something grounded. I want a woman that go war with me. But it's not because I want it that I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will be too easy.
Yeah.
And that's how, again, we come back to move farther. There is thing we desire, but you're not gonna have it, maybe. Or maybe you're gonna have it. But if you don't think further, then you get stuck. If you just want that relationship or that body goal and you're not going there, that's gonna be so frustrating. So what can you do to think further that? Maybe you can skip that goal, you're still walking that path, but maybe you're not gonna achieve that, but you have another goal further.
Yeah.
And that's how you have to think.
And maybe you will realize something else maybe you love. Okay, I'm in this path, but the other path, which feels good to walk. Also, how can I say that? When you move towards something, the universe is also helping you, that's putting other possibilities. But if you stay here, if you don't go anywhere, you will have the one possibility.
Of course.
Right? But when you start walking, there will be people you meet, there will be other possibilities
that can change the whole game, and
even your goal maybe.
Definitely, I'm agree.
Yeah, even right now we have goals. It doesn't mean that they are the right things for us, but the life, the universe wants you to move, do something. Just don't wait.
It's creating the momentum.
Yeah, momentum.
You need always to have that momentum. So you're always on the move towards your goal, right?
Yeah.
But they will always have different character interacting with the universe, with the people, with life. Circumstant things that make new vision, maybe new opportunity and new goals, but you keep this momentum.
Yeah.
And when you're that, you're gonna just expand. As you say, maybe the goal is this, but maybe the time you get there, your goal's gonna change because you're gonna realize that actually you're capable of more, or you can do something else, you're gonna learn a new skill.
For example, today we choose this place to talk, and in the morning we met a guy, right? He told he had places for us to
That was
shoot
very interesting.
Interesting.
The guy recognized me from the video I make in Chokorjam. I said, I know you.
Yeah.
And then he said, I live in that place. And then we start to have this exchange. And the guy suddenly appeared that he's an architect and he's having amazing places.
Designing places.
And he offered us, like, maybe we can do something. I can give you some places so you can shoot your video there.
So if you didn't shoot that first video, so this possibility
would never happen.
Couldn't happen,
And that's again manifesting. We're always looking for incredible but cool place like here, like natural with life around, to be part of life. I don't want to put myself away from an office because that's what I'm saying. I don't like office. So why would I shoot my podcast in an office? I want to shoot my podcast in a real environment. And the fact that, again, we create that momentum, we're connecting with people, we're interacting with people, you create opportunity. So this is part of getting out of your comfort zone, but still moving forward towards your goals.
And we put vibration through the video to the people, because I'm sure this speech, the talk we do, will affect someone.
Definitely.
And that someone will affect the other.
And you know how can I
and
reflect
worlds.
that, brother? This is nice. You started the journey with me with fitness.
True, yeah.
But what happened in your building?
Building?
In your building, your neighborhood?
My neighborhood, yeah. My
What
neighbors
happened?
started to,
Tell this. Tell this.
my
I wanna hear
neighbors,
this.
Started to gym training. They were doing earlier, but they see every day me going in because the sound of the door every day 9 o'clock. They see okay, Deniz is going to gym. Okay, and they feel bad, and they also sign up to gym again. Now they are also going every day.
And now this happened why? Because I transfer that knowledge and dedication that I have. Now this energy, you have it.
Yeah.
It's not like I gift it to you, but you suck it from
Yeah,
me.
you don't inject.
You don't
I
inject.
get it.
You get it by yourself. It's like I put the tool in front of you, you took it, but now you realize you have that power
Yeah.
too. And now you are affecting your own environment that it's not my environment.
Yeah.
Those people, I don't know them. They know you. And now they're
Yes.
taking this from you. And that's the beautiful part. This is one again, a step further. When you get that dedication, that energy, you're gonna be able to give without even thinking about it. It's just a natural energy that you're gonna expand around you.
Yeah.
And all the people around you want to get into that lifestyle. Why? Because they see you smiling, they see you happy, they see you going all the places around, and on top of that, people loves you. Without the love of the people, why should I be like this guy? He's an asshole. No. When you see a guy walking, you feel this aura, you feel that
Exactly,
energy.
exactly.
Even to work in that neighborhood here in Cihangir, in Turkey, everyone want to say hi to me, and I take the time to say hi, to smile, even to have a little exchange. That's how you spread your energy.
Yeah. Be the example. Just spread the
Exactly.
good
So
vibration.
don't get this,
Yeah.
this mentality of I'm gonna get so strong, so big, so cool, and then live in your bubble with this arrogant attitude that most of the time you're gonna find out. No, be soft.
Yeah,
be the warrior inside,
I got
but
that.
outside, be the poet, be the healer. Spray your energy. Give a little time to everybody. Everyone worth something. Don't make people feel mediocre. Make them feel good.
Yeah, I got your point. Most people are try to seem to be feared, you know, the scary person because they don't want harm from other people. But it doesn't mean that you're a powerful person that you need to harm the others. No, you need to be powerful to help others. You know?
Definitely.
And when they see, okay, this person is powerful and he or she is not using this power. I'm not talking about physical, also mental
Mental power,
powerful.
which is even
Yeah.
stronger than the physical
Yeah.
power, because I know people, and this you can relate again. I know many people that are very weak physically, and because of that, the only strength they have is by manipulating others, and those people are dangerous.
Scary ones.
Those one you need to be cautious and careful. Because the people who manipulating others are the one that they need actually the most of your help to stop fooling people around. Because it's sad, but some people are very naive and mind fell in the trap. And then it's very difficult to come out of it. With relationship, for example, a lot of toxic relationship, which it's calling empowering someone. You want to remove the power of someone by making them feel under you. I hate those people. As I am, I feel strong, physically and mentally. Why would I make people feel under me? I want to make people actually as much as I am, even if I can make them more than me. Wow, I will be so proud. You know, I will be happy to make those people finding their path and shining and spreading that message around. Because at the end, it's not just about me.
Yeah.
It's about everyone.
Also, I feel that I need to get stronger, both way, physical and mentally. For example, let's say I'm walking nighttime in the street, and not to protect myself, but to protect others. You know.
Of course.
For me, being out there should give other people like comfort, the trust that okay, someone outside is in the good side to protect us.
Of course, and that I can reflect that when I mentioned many times why I want everyone get into healthy habits and physical strength for one reason, to protect each other.
Yeah.
I love that movie 300. Basically, the Spartiate 300. They fight against an army of maybe 150,000 soldiers. Who win? The 300 guys, Spartiate. Why? Because you take the 300 best people. And that's why sometimes I'm sharp with my words. Because I don't need 150,000 weak people. I'm happy with the 300, but the best of themselves. And that's what I'm trying to build today. Even on the previous podcast, some people give me some comment about it. I'm fine, because the people who react with the negative way of thinking, already I can remove them. It's like a test for them. So by talking that way, in my mind, I'm already one step ahead, because I'm giving you a test to see where are you at in your mental strength. If you're already not there, you're not for me.
Okay.
I want the 300 Spartiate. I want the 300 mother beep to fight with me, to be in war with me, that not afraid on be on the front line.
Yeah.
You know, that's the drive that I want. I want people that are grounded, that are creative enough, but ready to be criticized, ready to start again what they know, because we don't know anything. You always have to re-question yourself and self-reflect. And that's the people I want. I don't want weak people. If you're weak, get strong. Where you get strong, we fight together, no problem. But if you're next to me to go to war and you already question me how you're gonna fight, in, of course, not physical fight, but for life I'm talking, then I don't have time for that. Because your journey is you. I'm not a teacher. I'm just giving you tools. You take your tools and you come with me. Everyone have to learn the way they want to craft or shape the life.
And we should always look at the things we hate that disturbs us to grow, you know. If someone is disturbed by someone else's speech, we need to dig there.
You make a very good point, brother. This is something I want to say. If, and you can relate, guys, if someone else's words hurt your feeling, but on top of that, that person is a stranger, or a person that you barely have any interaction with, if this person move your feeling or make you feel bad, then I have to tell you you're weak. You shouldn't let anybody words having any impact towards yourself, on you. Zero.
You should be in control.
Why should I be mad on someone that I don't know that judge me for what I do? Why? That's the question. Why? I shouldn't, because I know what I'm doing. I know I'm not harming people. I know I'm not hurting people. Actually, I'm doing my best for people. But I'm not doing my best because it's my goal. My goal is to do the best for myself. And by doing that, I allow others to do their best. So all the negative stuff, all the critics, I still read them, because some critics, you can learn still from it. And I'm getting strength, power from people that hate me. I love it. When people hate me, I'm getting even stronger, because then I have a reason to prove them wrong. And that's the greatest feeling, because then maybe the people that hate you, deep inside them, they love you because they wish to be like you. They wish to behave like that. But they can't, because they are afraid from something. And that's the work they have to do. But don't let people having power over you. Remember that. This is so important. Be in control of your emotion and thoughts. And then you can again come back to having a step further. That's how you always, like playing chess, you know. You don't think just one move. We are not robots. We don't do one move. You always have to create more. And again, to this momentum.
Yeah, and
so keep on moving, keep on developing.
You don't know what's gonna happen next.
No, but you keep moving. Definitely.
And after the other steps, you will know what to do. You will think, you will put your experience, you will put your vision into the game. So, but first move, you should take the first move. The pion, right? In Turkish and French, it's pion.
The pion.
I don't know the English one. But you need to take the first step to start the game, right? And
definitely, brother.
That first step can be anything. If you, let's say, you imagine a life in the future. You imagine a life in the future.
It's very noisy today. We're having a massive crowd.
Let's say you imagine a life in the future. Or you can take an example of another person, but not in the wholesome. Let's say you want to be a singer, right? And get the example of your favorite singer and check. He or she doesn't have time for everything because their schedule is so tight, right? If you want to be that singer, you should also put your schedule that tight right
Yes,
now.
yes.
And imagine their house, like their house is very tidy. Start tidying your house. So that's a really easy step. And that's also even that going to make you get closer to that point, right?
Definitely. I just want to say sorry, guys. We choose an environment today which is very noisy, but still,
okay.
Jamil
okay,
says
I
all
trust
good.
you.
We have check control on the
Okay.
noise. It's all good. I agree with you. Again, it's like I can relate the example you bring on. When you go to a mechanic repair for car, if the mechanician, like the guy that repairs, doesn't have his tools organized, he gonna waste a massive amount of time to fix your car. So get that picture in your mind. Reflect this to your home. How to get faster toward your goal. First, make sure your house and your life it's organized. You know where to pick things. You don't have to look for it. So you need to have this organization in your life, definitely.
And you have more time.
And then you have more time.
And you are one step closer to another beautiful
100%. 100%.
thing.
I love what you say, brother. This is a good way of reflecting that things. Every time you mention something and then I get the picture of it and that's the exchange. I love it. Love it. Very nice. Conclusion of that, guys, I just want to say keep on this idea. Move forward. Things ahead. Because even if your goal is there, there is a next step. And the next step may be eventually going to become your main goal. Don't focus so limited. Don't think the life is one path and there is nothing else. You're going to have to discover a lot of side road, a lot of even, we call it like, you know, when a road have no more path. I don't know how you call that.
Dead end.
Dead end.
Okay.
Even if some road have dead end, it's still good to see the walls there. Maybe the walls have something for you and then you come back. So always keep your mind open and be very, very curious about everything because that might become your goal or eventually your path.
Yeah, curiosity is so important. Look at the children; they are so curious. We try to suppress
That's why they're
them.
having fun.
Yeah, but they are having fun, and we need to trust that curiosity because it comes from here. And
I think a curiosity is connected with instinct and feeling, and that's why after at one point people lose their curiosity because you have more the logical way of thinking, which is very dangerous. Stop trying to be always logical. Sometimes just be. Like I even want to say be dumb sometimes. Be a little bit dumb and just go for something.
Yeah. And not everyone is curious about the same thing. And that's a good sign to find out what you love.
Of course.
Right?
Agree.
So let's search for, even this is a reminder for me, what we are curious for and trust that feeling and go for the whatever you are curious for. And let's see what's gonna come and then we can take another step with other chess moves. So.
Nice. Think out of the box, guy. Don't limit yourself. You're all capable of so much more. And I'm so happy again one more time to have this exchange with you. It's also a therapy for us.
Yeah, for me.
Because it's very spontaneous. So even like to talk this exchange always stick in my mind when we're done. And yeah, that's pretty much thing. So guys, subscribe. I will love it to have you on my YouTube channel. Let's on the comment, please, if you have question, even a topic idea that you want to hear from me, something from my past, something from Deniz, please feel free. And pretty soon I'm gonna have also new guests on my podcast. It's gonna be very interesting as well, a very interesting story. And hopefully I bring more people to my podcast to have this exchange to give you entertainment and a better lifestyle because you have tools right now. It's your job to use it if you want to. Deniz, my bro, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was really satisfying for me to share this and we will keep continue. I'm really happy that we are doing this and let's see what's gonna take us. We don't know, but we trust the process.
Trust the process. We create the momentum. We're doing something. Whatever comes. But it's a momentum. We're creating something. So we're moving towards something and that's what it's about.
And this is so real. We don't plan anything. That's also another fact that I like.
I'm so happy, brother.
Me too.
One more. Bam. See you guys. Thank you. Nice.